Because I'm tired and
I
don't feel
remember it
like
now.
doing it either. My damn self.
I
Hold on.
feel you.
Welcome to the Black Point of View. This is your boy, the Prince, aka Puppy. And we are here with another topic for you all. And today's topic is in the sub mind. Are you drawn to a dom just because of their sexual appeal, about how they look, or are you attracted to them based on their mind, based on the things that they are trying to achieve? And don't just say the safe answer. Like, let us know what really turns you on with your doms. And
I
whoever would
love
like
that.
to take the floor can take the floor.
So we got King Heavy Claps up here, and my slutty auntie has come up here as well. So if you guys want to jump in and give your take on that, you're more than welcome to. Just before we start,
And let's
just
hear
wanna
from some of the subs too. So raise your
Right.
hand if you want to go during the sub portion of this.
And y'all subs can start requesting the mic to come up. We're going to let the Black Superior speak first, and then you will be able to come and speak. As well as you can leave your comments within the comment section. I will be going through and seeing who is active there, and we'll be giving y'all the responses from there as well. Then we got King Heavy Claps. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Sounding all right. Coming through.
Okay, so the question, it sounded like it was mainly
I'm going to need you to
for...
move 2 inches closer to your microphone.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's a little better.
Yeah.
Right. It sounded like the question was specifically for the sub, not for anyone that was in the dom position, so I'm just not sure how to answer that question, but I do hope that any answers that we get from that question,
So here's the also for you to answer the question, not to interrupt you, but do you feel like you're sexualized more than you are actually talked about your goals and stuff, Because I have a few subs that are really, it seems like they're more focused on what I'm trying to achieve for myself versus the sexuality that comes second. So do you feel like it's been vice versa for you?
Actually, no. I kind of feel like it's more like it's one-sided, like, maybe if I sing, he'll post, something below the waist, or, maybe he'll post some content I can go into. And it's just, I'm past that this year. I'm ready to find a sub that's, like, invested in me, invested in my accomplishments, invested in what I'm trying to do. Because all of that stuff that you want to go into comes later. It comes eventually,
Well, here's the thing for that, and I'm interrupting you, but I want the conversation to flow, so don't feel like I'm like, oh, trying to attack you or anything. But you said something. I want the subs to also realize gooning for your master and your dominance, that's not wrong. That's not wrong. You know what I mean? You're allowed to do that. We want you to do that. That's when you become infatuated with us. But we also want you to pay for that. That's something that isn't just a luxury for you to be able to do. Yeah, you can look at our pictures, you can get off, but having that connection and being able to talk to us, to put the voice with the face and the personality, that makes it even a better bust. You know what I mean? So it's better if you actually approach it the right way instead of, going behind and trying. But I'm sorry, continue.
No, that's exactly the type of time time I was on. That's what I was trying to say. Like, it's okay to do it, but, like, do it with some purpose. Don't just do it just to do it.
Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, there'll be times when your dom isn't around and you might get weak and you got to touch yourself. We get that. But again, those experiences with your dom, letting your dom know, shit, I'm weak today. I've been so fucking horny. I thought about you a few times. Like, those things kind of go a long way, the interaction and stuff. And then, allow us to really actually drain you and to have that moment for you to feel like a slut and a bitch in that moment. Because those moments feel good when you get slutted out. When you just had some real good dick. and you just gotta take a nap, that's some bomb shit. So like, take a part of that. But anyway, who's next?
My slutty auntie, if you want to jump in, feel free. Yeah, no, I know.
Family, it's been a while. How are you?
How you doing, love? Good to hear from you again.
I'm well, thank you. I'm well. I'm just sitting here and loving the conversation. But I had to love a part where you said, it's okay to goon for your master, but we need to be paid for that. This is how you can show us love. This is how you can show your adoration, your admiration for your superior. And it should be encouraged because we have a lot of game players out there, and that's how you set yourself apart from from everyone else. So this is how we can tell the people that deserve our time from those who don't deserve anything from us. So make yourself useful. Prove your loyalty, your dedication. That's important. So I love that you said that. Thank you. Very, very important. We love that you're here to look, but we also want to be properly adored.
And let me even say, with even a lot of these gods and kings and stuff, like, I was around with them when they started out, right? And they've grown into like these sexual beings, these sexual gods, like, and I've learned, like, I've kind of gotten over, oh my God, I saw you naked. You know what I mean? Like, that's cute and stuff, but I've built a bond and a relationship with some of these people, and even just sitting around them, my initial thought is not going to be their dick or their coochie or their ass. It's going to be like the person, you know what I mean? And if we so happen to get into those kind of things, then yeah, we get into those kind of things. But it's kind of like when you've had sex with your wife all the time, you used to what you're seeing. You used to it, but you have a love there for that person now, and that's deep. That's a deeper bond than just sex. Anybody else?
We got Bnwo baddie. Go ahead, Lexana. Give her a second. She might be getting back to the phone. But with that being said, I'll tap in here. One thing for me, I think that initially when we put ourselves out there, we do put ourselves out in a sexual way when we first start out for most people.
Mm-hmm. It's a marketing tool.
Right, that's one of our strategies, right? So I think that it's twofolded. I think that subs initially, well, let me not say that. I think that most people that are horny or, looking to get off, they are going to come around for the sexual aspect. I think that the people that are truly involved in BDSM and all the aspects of it, they're looking for something a little bit deeper, something a little bit more catered, as we've said before in previous conversations. So for me, I find that the connections that I've made and kept and keep around a lot longer are those deeper connections, and most of the time, if I'm being honest, it doesn't really have anything to do with sex. Yes, there is like some sexual gratification involved, but
like,
the structure.
I will always flirt with you, but that doesn't mean,
right.
Yeah.
So that's the thing for me. I think it's more so about how you determine your setup, but that's my personal opinion, and I think that it's different for everyone. But I think initially most subs are just looking to get off, and that's like kind of like the tip of the iceberg. And then when you start getting lower and deeper, as you said, that's where we kind of start getting into those realms of people being invested in what you're doing. Because I don't think that a lot of us are forthcoming with everything that we have going on personally. So how could a sub then want to invest in your personal development? That's just me being fair, right? But when we do put it out there, like, hey, I'm working on this, or I'm
Wait a minute. You said how a sub, because I walked away for 1 second. I'm sorry. Yeah. You said how a sub can work on your personal development?
Well, I was saying I don't see how we can expect a sub to know about your personal development if we're not putting it out there, right? Because initially we're just kind of putting out our sexual energy, right? And that's more so surface level type stuff. But when we do get past that surface level, so to simplify it and to keep it short, a lot of us are content creators, right? If anything, we're content creators first, or we're pro doms and we do content creation. Our content is that initial surface level thing of just like, hey, I might be interested in you. As my slutty auntie was saying, it's welcome that you want to love and appreciate. And as you said, it's okay to goon to your superior or to your dominant, but that's if they're your dominant. If you're just coming around saying like, hey, I want to goon, you can go purchase content. You don't got to go talk to me. But I think more so for a lot of us, when it comes to that personal interaction, that DM thread back and forth, or that personal call or that video call, that's where we're looking at, like, I'm giving you a piece of me, so I want to be compensated for that. And in doing that, it will give you more of an opportunity to get to know me better. So again, when it comes to that question, I think initially most people are just here for the sexual gratification, but when they get that connection, that's when it becomes deeper. So I'll end it there.
And okay, so here's the thing I want every sub to be mindful of. Yes, you initially probably meet us on X or, some of these other sexual platforms, right? And that's your first introduction to us. But you said a key word, we're content creators and we're porn stars, right? So if you go to that little bitty link that's in the bio, usually on every page, you'll actually see their YouTube channel. You'll probably see another channel. You'll probably get to their website. You'll probably get to other things, right? So just because you kind of got introduced to them on this website, that doesn't mean they didn't have an Instagram. That doesn't mean they're not giving you vanilla content on some other platforms. You just so happen to see this side. A lot of content creators in the last few years since the pandemic, we've made the push to give you all of us, not just to give you the silly itty bitty skits and stuff. We're giving you our bodies, we're giving you our minds, we're giving you our personalities. When you look into the people to follow, you should look for that, okay? When I follow people, I'm in that link. Because if I like them enough, I want to follow them on Instagram because I want to see them on multiple timelines. So support all of what someone has going on, your dominus. Support what they have going on and not just the sex, because again, Monday through Wednesday, we work on our sexual shit, but Thursday through Friday, we working on some other shit. And then we out here in these streets. And that's where you come in when you're selfless and you know that it's more than just one element to this lifestyle. Next.
Well said. Well said. Heavy claps will get to you in 1 second. Ebony Fendom, Mistress, Dami, I'll be messing the name up sometimes, so please forgive me. She's going to go, and then we'll go to you. Go ahead, love. It's on you.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. My name is Mistress Domitila. I feel as if I'm a long-time believer of the Bnwo, but I just didn't put a name to it. I'm black as hell. I've been going to black schools all of my life, from middle school, high school. I graduated from an HBCU, a very big HBCU on the East Coast. Hey, HBCU pride. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you already know how it was back then. They were just talking so much about race relations and about white people too. There's some people that really are very radical and leftist when it comes to that, and not leftist, but they're very radical when it comes to that, to the point where it's they think white people should be slaves and we should do the same thing that they did to us and stuff. And it's okay, that's interesting. But I kind of respect everybody's individual beliefs when it comes to that. So to find out that this was a movement just a short time ago, and to see where it's gone to and how broad and diverse it is pretty cool. I'm more so focused on the black femme supremacy aspect of the Bnwo. I like that type of thing going on. I've seen that with different creators, and I think I think it's something that more of us should adopt in a more personal level. I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but basically, when it comes to I think the question was about how subs should be able to relate to doms in this space. I would say
just to be clear about the question, my question, it's
sure, no problem.
How do subs approach you more on a sexual level, or are they a little bit more invested within like your personal development or things that you're working on? But it does tie into what you were just going into, so just to give you that clarity.
Yeah, just to give me that clarification. Thank you. So, you know, I mean, I'm kind of like new to the scene. I would say like less than a year, like within like the past year or so. So I would say people have definitely been reaching out to me more so on a sexual basis. I'm on different websites like I'm on Night Flirt the most right now, and like other like PSO like type of sites and stuff. So I guess that is the type of market that there is there. But when it comes to Twitter, I'm still growing on Twitter. This is a very new account that I'm on. So I haven't really had the chance to encounter people who are interested in me and my blackness as a person. And that would be something that I would definitely love to experience. I see myself like, teaching my subs about like my culture, Nigerian culture, African culture. I see myself even teaching other people within BNW or talking to other people within this space, like other DOMs as well, about my culture and things of that nature. So I definitely do look forward to being somebody in that space that can really advocate for like the African studies side of things. Because if we really want to talk about it on a deeper level, like Black people, like I feel like the diaspora is growing in visibility. However, there's still a lot more education that needs to be done between each other per se. And that's something that a lot of people won't really get the chance to experience in their K through 12 and even postgraduate education. So we have to look for ways that we can like educate and empower one another, especially like in that realm when it comes to like African culture. Because one moment we're leftist and we're all like, oh, being African is cool, Wakanda forever. And then the next moment, Trump is back in office now and they hate immigrants. And of course that affects African people as well. So we have to work on like finding like a stable voice for ourselves, especially when it comes to like African people, no matter what the political climate is or like the climate of like the world and what's going on. We still have to have that pride in ourselves. And also like we need to have supporters stand 10 toes down and not just see us as objects, but as people, full embodying people that are worthy to be praised, especially after everything that we've been able to overcome. So yeah.
Agreed. Well said, and thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I agree with everything you said. One thing I want us to remember is that just because of the political climate doesn't mean like the racism stops. Like, the mega people, they're just very open at this moment right now to like, I can talk my shit, throw my hand in the air like us, like we used to do. You know how we used to throw our head up and say, motherfucker, you racist bitch, you coming at my shit. Now they doing that shit and they trying to flip it, and it's kind of like, oh my God, clutch my pearls, because y'all are like crazy as fuck to even think this shit, but they do. So they've been holding it dormant for a very long time, and it's out here. One thing that I can say, and I know that we always say this, but a little bit of my upbringing, I can't remember why my mom did this, but I remember before I started school, even, my mom would be in the kitchen cooking, and this is me like 3 or 4 or whatever, she had these old books of like poems and writings that slaves had did, and it was compiled into one. There was another book that had like Langston Hughes or Neil Hurston, Alec Baldwin, and those kind of poems in those. And then there was another book that just has stories. Now, and being that you went to an HBCU, I'm sure you got that big thick book that Frederick Douglass wrote. I can't even think of it. Tell me.
It's something about the education of the Negro or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, you got like it the first day of school. Yes, you did.
Yeah,
you had to purchase that. Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I have that one.
I know. See, but these are books actually that we all should have in our library. You know what I'm saying? But listen, so my mom would like, while she was cooking, like she would give me the poem "Mother to Son" of Langston Hughes. She said, write that out. Sit on the steps and write that out while I cook. Okay, I wrote that shit over and over and over and over again. Now, by the time it got to school and it was like, hey, pick a poem to recite or something like that, I didn't care if it was Black History Month or not. These are poems that I knew verbatim. So I'm going to give y'all black up in here. Okay, so what I'm saying is make sure you go to the library as a parent. And in them early years, yes, give them Dr. Seuss and I See Pink Butterfly Balloon, but give them that other black book too. Let them look at that black book and tell them this shit is real. Okay? Because already you done planted that seed. Now, see, I grew up around a lot of mixed people, white people, and all that stuff, but I later went to my HBCU. I always knew I was black and I always knew that y'all might try me out here in these streets. And that was at 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. I read that book. Whether my mother helped me or not, but I got stronger with it, right? So we do have to start at home because they're not going to teach us in the schools. And it's worse than what it was before, of course, because, hey, I'm actually in the field just a little bit and I ain't seen nothing about Black history. They talked about Martin Luther King and maybe Rosa Parks or something. But I was like, damn, we ain't getting no Sojourner Truth, Jesus, you know what I'm saying? No,
Yeah.
Josephine,
A lot of different names that don't get put out there. You know?
Hattie Mae. We ain't getting no Hattie Mae up in here, bitch. So yeah, it's a lot. I'm sorry, I keep talking.
No, you good. You good. We go into King Heavy Claps. Then we will go to your Madame Indigo. Go ahead, King Heavy.
And 1 second, Goon. After those two go, can you go to the comments? My sub Boozy Boy wrote a comment. Can you read it so we can filter in some of the sub stuff? I've hit my quota for the moment, and I
got you. I got you.
Twitter, you know how Elon do us, so I need you to read.
I got you. Go ahead, King Heavy Claps is on you.
There's a multitude of Black history media I've been consuming over the past couple of days, and I'm talking about like lots more. Like, I'm not just talking about like you scroll or Instagram or whatever. No, I've pursued pages that specifically like teach me things. I've learned so much about what it is to be Black and what it means to be Black. Even more, I thought I knew a lot. Turns out I didn't know shit, and that's okay. There's a lot more to it than just being alienated. So, on top of not seeing me as a sex object when you're a sub, because you know me, I'm going back to business. I don't mean to do this, but it's kind of like my mom's a business owner, so she had me. Do the math on that. So back to the business, right? Being treated like a sex object all the time, it starts to get like kind of annoying. Like, yes, bitch, I know. Fuck. All right, can you say anything else? Like, I'm at the. I really be feeling those memes like, that say, like, be different. Send 800 to my Cash App or some shit. I really do feel like that energy is starting to come out of me because, like, I affirm myself daily. I have affirmations. Like, my partner, she affirms me daily. I watch affirmation content daily. Bitch, I know. Thank you. Next. That's where I think that's. Can I speak for at least some of the kings in here? Are we like done hearing about how much they want BBC, and if you're a findom or even a findom man, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you're at the point where it's like, yes, bitch, I know. Thank you. Money, please. Like at this point.
Of course we are.
We are, and I don't think there's that many subs in here, but you know, I guess for the record, putting it on display because someone can click on this and listen to it later. To the people that listen to this later, especially the fan subs, wanna be cock hungry white boys and white girls too. You are not exempt. Your allyship is appreciated. but it's time to bring it in full speed. It's time to come up off the paper. It's time to come up off that privilege a little bit.
Well,
and it's time to come up off the last P, pessimism.
Here's the thing, King Heavy Claps. I think we're past elementary, right? So we've gotten into high school now. We're kind of getting sexy, people braces is coming off, So where for the first couple of years it was cute to be like, oh, you sexy, you this, you that, But here's the thing, like, a lot of porn stars and content creators are not giving you the time of day. You know why? Because they live this shit. We've talked about this time and time again. There's no reason why you don't understand this. They're on set all day where they're glorified for their appendages. Like, that's what they're there for. Of course, somebody told them they're sexy today. You know what I mean? It gets redundant almost by the time you get to me and tell me that I'm sexy. Give me some money and say I'm sexy, and then I'm like, ooh, bitch.
Handling 50 in public, some shit, nigga, damn.
Mm-hmm. I get it. So it's not that we're like exhausted, because of course we love all of our accolades, but something needs to come with that, because that's the lifestyle we live on a daily basis. We're in front of a camera and we're photographed for your entertainment because we look the best.
Bitch, I know I look good.
Well, we know we all look good. Even even the white man who is directing the porno said I look good. So I know I look good.
But let's let you or Madame go on. Go ahead, Madame Indigo, and then we'll go my slutty auntie and then Red.
Hello, you all. I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. I am recovering from a cold, so just bear with me. I do feel for my own self that I am approached only because of my sex appeal, and I understand that because I am a content creator in the sex work industry, but my main focus is Black New World Order, and as a hierarchy and having inferiors come to me, I need you to come to me direct with your check in hand. Even in my chat room, I let them know that I can't do anything with an empty compliment. And if you want to compliment me the correct way, here's how much it is. And I really want to transform my platform into a way of where I'm educating white subs on exactly how they need to approach women in general, but most importantly, how you need to come completely correct to a Black woman and to a Black man. We are more than just our bodies. As all of our ancestors know, we've only been used and subjected for our bodies. And it gets annoying, like we've all been repeatedly saying, of how everything is about the BBC or the big black ass and wanting to be dominated by the BBC and the Black woman telling them what to do the whole entire time. But there's more to me than just my sexuality. And when I do start to speak about who I am or educate you about what Bnwo really is, because it ain't got nothing to do about some white girl trying to make her mommy and daddy mad getting breeded by black dick. Excuse me. And it's not just about getting black cock stuffed in your mouth, you know what I mean, to shut you up.
Because can I not listen? I keep interrupting, I know, but see, I didn't even really want to go there, but it's something you said triggered me, because it's not about what you said. It's about, because back in the day, your ancestors was trying to fuck us, and it wasn't about submit to us. It was about use us because we are these sexual beings and stuff. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I
forget where I was.
Go ahead. Take a minute.
But yes, the question was, do I feel as though I'm being sexualized, or do they want to see me as more of a person? And when it comes to them seeing me more as a person, or me educating them about Bnwo, they shut down. And that doesn't bother me whatsoever because you're not it for me. That's not someone that I want. But I do see that there needs to be more education on what Bnwo is coming from a Black person than only just hearing about Bnwo from the inferior white mouth. But that's all. Thank you for the mic.
And I guess what I was saying is they can't teach y'all what we can teach you. See, I needed to learn that from my mama back in the day before I even got out here in these streets with y'all. And y'all tried to tell me some bullshit because you see y'all be telling us bullshit every fucking day. But go ahead next.
Go ahead, my slutty auntie. It's on you. Give her 1 second.
Don't forget to get to the comments, Goon.
Yeah, speaking of which, while we're there and we're waiting, we got 2 comments. We will start right. Hold on. Twitter just made the whole shit jump. Give me 1 second. We got 2 comments. One from your boy, Boise. He says, sorry, won't be able to speak, but being interested only in sexual servitude is so limiting as an inferior. So for me, I need to be inspired by my master's goals and dreams, something that can give me the drive to deal with the shitty day at work or elsewhere because of my purpose. I love that. Very well put. Very well put. We also have Tara Lynn coming in. Mine started as physical attraction and curiosity of the Bnwo, but over the years, my servitude to sweet loving Sadie's, aka Goddess Coco. Hold on, damn, my phone just slipped and I grabbed and the screen came up. But my servitude to sweet loving Sadie's has come to a complete safe place and connection that now my pleasure is serving her in every way financially, all the way to supporting her in all of the goals of hers. That is what we love to hear. That is what we love to hear. And that's kind of like the reason why we went down this path of asking this question today. And I'm glad that you asked it, Puppy, because it gives them the servitude and opportunity to be able to explain their story for the most part. So kind of like how your boy Boise had said, I need to be inspired by my master, by my Black superior. That is going to make me work harder to getting through a shitty day. And that's where that inspiration is supposed to come from. Same thing with Tara Lynn, the Bnwo sissy that's over here serving Goddess Coco. Along the lines that she said, initially it was the physical attraction, but after I was able to kind of get that out the way, I found that there is a much deeper meaning for my servitude towards her, or to her, I should say. And it encompasses so many different other things. So again, this is why I love these conversations and why I love what we do at Bnwo, kind of going into what Domitila was saying, Mistress Domitila was saying, and same thing for Madame Indigo. It's more so about teaching what Bnwo means from Black people. And as you said, Puppy, they can't teach. White people can't teach you what we can teach you. White people aren't going to make those connections about the Black experience and how it's not just the sexuality that we are invoking, that we are imposing upon you guys. And that deeper connection, again, is going to really embody what Bnwo is about, what the servitude is about, what it means to be Bnwo owned, or a loyal servant of the Bnwo. By the way, merchandise is definitely on shopbnwo.com. Make sure that you go there, cop that merchandise. I think we got the re-up. I haven't gone on the website and checked, but you can get somebody a hoodie, a black or a white one. You can get them a t-shirt.
Is the white one available now? Because
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You keep throwing it out there and it's not available. But I did.
I said I had to check. I said I had to check.
It ain't available.
You want that one, Puppy?
The white one ain't available.
The white one still ain't available, but that one sold out so quick.
Lies. But I did get me a nice Bnwo hat. My Boise boy down there got me my Bnwo hat, so I did get that this week.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. That merchandise is there. More merchandise coming. More collections coming. We appreciate y'all patience. For those of y'all who really want that white hoodie, I believe I calculated everything. If you are a sub, $350 gets your Black Superior, pretty much everything on the website. And that's a great way to come off and start an interaction with them, showing them how serious you are about them promoting BNWO and putting it out there and how much you support them. So that's just a great way that you can introduce yourself. And I think, go ahead, Puppy.
Yeah, let me say this before I forget it, because then I know a couple other people want to go too. So we always say everybody ain't kinfolk. You know, God knows I have learned that some of y'all is not my brother, Jesus, amen. But the royalty walks in a different way. So when Boozy says, I need to see and I need to discuss your goals and things because that motivates me. A lot of the kings and queens goals and things that they're trying to achieve, first they might give you a goal that they're trying to achieve with their content, which is going to fuel the brand that they really want to put out there, right? So we discuss some things, and a lot of my goals are kind of like lifelong goals. They're goals that I've actually been working on for decades of my life already to perfect myself to be this person. So my sub knowing these things, yes, it motivates them because it takes my heart, my body, and my soul into what I have to do to get out here just to make it a notch above, right? So that sub has to help me. So what I'm saying is, when you're seeking a dime or a dimest to serve, have somebody that actually has a business plan and that's not just trying to pop it with the bottles with the holes on the Friday night. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, we all like a little extra cash to go out and throw on the strippers. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go to the bathhouse next week, so I definitely gonna need a couple of extra dollars. But what I'm saying is, also outside of that, what is the bigger goal that you're working towards? Get with a dime that's that. Don't just get drained and then be like, but I'm still empty.
Well, one thing that you said, and I think this is also a beautiful thing, is like, if you are the type that just wants to support the bottle popper and the strip club go support that. Do your part. And I think that's one thing that we've worked on as a collective, is kind of finding out what the bare minimum is. Shout out to everyone that participated in those polls on the Bnwo Findown page about what the bare minimum is that you guys think that a fin sub should be able to have, and a lot of y'all were very gracious.
But I'm gonna say you gonna feel better. But okay, look, I'm looking at chocolate right now. I didn't look down at my screen. I see chocolate and Goldie too, for example, right?
Right.
First started out, they was doing content. We was all promoting their content, rooting for our black kings. Go king, go king, go king, go. Now all up and down my timeline, they fucking. And I mean that in a way of their catalog is growing. I mean that as in they are winning fucking awards at award shows and walking red carpets and socializing. Think about the subs who may have actually had a part in that 3 years ago. You know what I mean? But maybe they didn't stick around to even see them articulate. I can't even say the word. You know what I'm trying to say. The articulation of it all. Like, they maybe didn't even stick around. Some of them have. Some of them now are mad because they can't get close to Goldie no more because they've sent me a message and be like, oh, he don't talk to me no more.
Yeah, why would he? You took 3 years, bro.
To send $10.
Yeah, you can't expect that. And yesterday's price is not today's price. So again, as you were saying, like, find the person that you want to find, but support them in what they're doing. Everything counts.
Chocolate still pop bottles. Don't get it twisted.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we not
drink that shit.
We not chastising the bottle pop. You know, and again, if that's what you are into, you know, that's what you can find. And this is the beautiful thing about Bnwo. Whether you are looking for someone who is a little bit more on the female supremacy side, the female-led relationship side, the black female supremacy side, or ebony supremacy. So that's definitely something here. And again, Bnwo is a practice. We all practice it in our own unique way, but we still have some core foundations that everyone kind of believes in. As you were saying, you've kind of always had this mindset. Same thing for Indigo, same thing for myself, for Puppy, anyone else that's been up here, Marcel Yancey, King Heavy Claps and Red.
Powerful.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was saying earlier at the very beginning, we're great already, but I believe that we can become greater. I believe that we don't have a ceiling, or if we do, it's very high, right? And we can always work on getting as close to that ceiling as possible. We're not going to be perfect, but the journey of trying to reach perfection can give you all the positive bearing of fruit that you could want. So, to kind of summarize all this, and at least in what I'm saying, is that keep practicing Bnwo the way that you feel is appropriate for you to practice Bnwo. As long as you're promoting Black superiority and white servitude, acknowledging that Black superiority on your terms, have at it. And that's, I think, one of our strongest qualities of this movement, of this community, of this group, is that everyone does it in their own way. Goldie does it his own way. You do it your own way, Puppy. King Heavy Claps does it his own way. Oh, that was the other thing I want to say to what King Heavy Claps said. Yeah, a lot of people are definitely fatigued, tired of hearing that. Twofold answer is part of the occupation that you come in here and do. You know what I'm saying? Again, as content creators, as porn stars, as people who are freaky frogs, we're going to put our sexual energy out there. Again, not everything has to be blatant sexual energy or that raw triple X. You can do that in any way that you want. And that's the beauty of Findom. You can put that price tag on anything. Mistress Marley had a tweet where she was breaking down something for somebody, and she was like, hey, for my foot content, I'm charging $200-$300 a pop. Because it's foot content. It's easy. But
that. I was like, woo.
You know what I'm saying? And again, that's one way that you can do that. And I think I retweeted that. But the reason why I did is just to show people, like, look, you can do this any way that you want with anything. Puppy, me and you have spoken about this, like, every person's trash is treasure to a sub, depending on the type of sub that they are. There are people that want to buy your toenail clippings, your underwear, your dirty socks, your trash, your ashtray contents, whatever the case may be. You have to be willing to put out the energy to find out what the people that are following you want. That's where you have to do a little bit of work. But your job, in my opinion, as a Black superior, is just put yourself out there, because you're going to attract the people that need to be around you. And I think this is what Madam Indigo was saying as I close this, is that even if you don't stick around, you're not the sub for me. And that's a very powerful statement, right? Because when you give people value, when they don't deserve it, they abuse it. And I feel like sometimes from the content creator aspect of the hustle that we do, that's where we are a little bit more subservient as content creators, right? This is where I find the difference of Findom versus content creation. As to the hustle, is that you are looking to please as many people as possible. In Findom, you're looking for the people that are going to please you. And this is why we base Bnwo off that, is because we are promoting a luxury. We are promoting something that's very tailored, very catered to, very detailed. And in doing that, just like anywhere else in the world, you're going to be paying top dollar. You're going to be paying for that experience that you're not going to get anywhere else. And everybody here is going to do that a little bit differently. So we have a brand standard that we keep amongst ourselves, and then with the freedom of what to do within that brand standard. And I think that's what allows us to be so powerful.
Did my slutty auntie have something to say?
I think she's away from the phone. My slutty auntie, are you still with us? Let me know if you are. You might be away from the phone. She might, stepped away. So I think we have someone that's trying to come up. Let's see if we get a little entertainment up here before we start closing the recording.
Wait a minute, before they do that, so let me just give this to my dimes. Like, you're probably gonna have some times where you're gonna have like a lot of little bitty subs that send you a lot of little bitty money, and then it might dry up, and then you may have someone that like 2 or 3 that come through and they drop in triple digits and stuff like that. Just be patient. We know you got 50,000 followers, you know what I'm saying? And the math ain't mathing and shit half the time. Like, I don't understand. But when you get a good one, lock on to it. Don't burn them out, but know how to do it. You know what I mean? I've had some that like would drop 250, but they got burnt out after a couple of months and stuff,
Right.
Really just take your time and all of this, like they took their time in getting to you, because there are good subs that will find you, and not just here for the play.
I agree, and that's where your responsibility comes in as a dom, of being the one to set those parameters and control that urge to goon. Last thing I'll say, right, and this is, let me see if he's in here still. Shout out to my boy Subby down there, a submissive black guy king. We had a very interesting conversation about gooning. And one aspect that he brought up, and I love when Subby does this, he brought up that there is a culture for gooning, right? And that it's more so about regulating the addiction of porn, right? So sometimes people are coming to their porn mommies or their goon mommies or their goon daddies, not to be confused with goon zaddy, that's me, but they come to them to kind of like get that regimen of like, hey, it's time to goon. That way you can go about doing your day and doing the things that you need to do throughout the day. And I thought it was very insightful that you brought this up because, again, that's part of what we do as dominants, right? Kind of going into Madam Indigo's talking point of setting those parameters as well as teaching them ways to interact. It's appreciative that you want to worship us in this way or that you want to get off to us or whatever the case may be, but there's a protocol that should be followed. That way you are being the best that you can be going in, which Boise was saying, right? Being able to get through that day. Maybe you need to get off before you go to work. Maybe we need to make that a daily schedule or a weekly schedule or whatever the case may be. As a dominant, determine what your sub is going to do, and they will be able to follow suit a lot easier because they usually maybe have so much going on that they don't have impulse control. So they might need that from you, and that's where you put that price tag. Speaking of price tag, since we have you up here, Carmala, whatever, roach porn or roach porn, you wanted to come up real quick and speak. What do you have to say? What did you want to contribute to this conversation? And I'm speaking to you, Carmala, whatever. So, chop, come up off the mic. Okay, we're going to go for 5.
Big Dom energy.
4, 3. Okay, yeah. Like I said, I don't have a lot of patience, and we are starting to close out. We're here every Sunday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on the East Coast, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on the West Coast. We have other spaces. Everyone in here, for the most part, either is in one of the other people's spaces that are in here, or myself, I'll be hosting. So always feel free, if you are new to the family, welcome home. Damitella, and I will get the name correct. Just give me a little bit. I love the name. Shout out to you. I am Nigerian and Ghanaian, so Naija.
Yeah, one Naija. Okay,
you know,
yeah, we keep in touch. Yeah.
So there's a lot of diaspora. There's a lot of diaspora here. We're all about Black unity and bringing our Black people together, learning about our culture or learning about the different diversities of our culture. We have a lot of Afro-Latinas, Afro-Cubanos, Afro-Hispanics who, again, embody that true essence of we are Black. We just grew up on a different side of the world, but we still acknowledge our Black heritage and our history and our connection to the motherland, as well as the people that are here that are a little bit more patriotic, being Black American, but are not divisive in being Black American. And one of our main goals in Bnwo for the Black superiority is to unify all Black people that identify as Black. So we are here for Black people and Black identifying people of color. And the reason why we say that, because I know for some people it's like, I don't want to hear about Black identifying people of color. Hey, look, that's part of what the world is, right? If we're going to be real, and like you were saying, if we really want to talk about it, we can't ostracize people that didn't have any say in how Black they are. But maybe they identify with that Black side. Maybe they haven't had the opportunity to be in an environment where their Black heritage was loved, was accepted, was celebrated. So we have to be that place to allow people to come in and at least learn from other Black people what it means to be Black. And I think that gives us even more of a leg up in this never-ending battle that these Yakubians, as we call them, shout out to my brother Bird, inferiors have created. And we don't have to embody that. I think in closing, this is one thing that I'll definitely say. There are a lot of Black people that uphold white body supremacy and aspire to be as close to whiteness as they possibly can. Those people are Black and they have the right to go about doing that however they want to. We here at Bnwo, we're pro-Black everything, anti-nothing, but we make very clear boundaries about what we accept, what we engage with, what we practice, and what we don't. So if you are a black man or a black woman that loves white people and loves race play with white people and being called whatever, more power to you. You can't do that here because there will be no white person that's ever a dominant in the BNWO. This is why when King Heavy Class was up here, repeating what I've said, echoing what I've said, white women, you got to pay too. You guys are just as bad as some of these white men sometimes, if not worse. So y'all got to come up and pay, right? Anyone else that is in between male and female on that spectrum, y'all got to pay as well too. Because there's one thing about allyship, and that I love that we've spoken about in BNWO in the past, especially last year, is that there's performative allyship, and sometimes from the LGBTQIA community, white LGBTQIA people are some of the worst people when it comes to performative allyship. And that's just something that we've spoken about. Not ad nauseum, but definitely topics that we spoke about before and things that come up inside our conversation. Again, we try creating space for our black people to be promoted. That's why we have specific Findom, a very specific black Findom page, which is for all the people that are part of BNWO, want to be a part of BNWO, and just practice black financial domination, period. Our Serve BNWO page, the host page, is our overall culture and media page, where we're speaking about other things broader than the kink and the BDSM and the sex. So a very multifaceted movement, a very multifaceted front, and everyone that is in here plays a big part in it, whether you are directly involved or, involved in a more passerby situation. We find value and we appreciate all of you guys that support BNWO. Shout out to my girl Shay. I see you over there, Shay. Shay always showing love, always being there. And again, one of our first Omni Unbound Black rule is to really just lock in with us from day one. Appreciate her. Shout out to Amori as well. There are a couple of others that I might be forgetting. Because again, another thing about it is that these terminologies that we've come up with, Black God King, Black Goddess Queen, Black Omni Unbound Ruler, they're all interchangeable. You can be a Black God Queen, you can be a Black Goddess King, Black Omni Ruler, whatever. Again, we're black people. You do what you feel you need to do to celebrate yourself. And that's one of the most important things that we have here. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate my boy Puppy against Prince Puppy, Sir Prince Puppy, recording the Black Point of View today, getting that episode in. Great talking point, great conversation. He always has great topics for us to go in on. Appreciate you guys listening to me ramble on for about an hour. I appreciate that. You guys come in and support me all the time. Support BNWO Sunday service. A lot of y'all come in and y'all are a part of it. Hold on, is today? Let me go in and see.
And
shout out to Kill Bills. I see you.
In 1 second. So I have one from ED. This was in my inbox. I don't know. Hopefully I won't start reading this and regret it. It says,
we'll take a chance.
Right. It says, Sir and Master, I have something I want to add to the conversation about the submissive being available to develop the master in a meaningful way. And I think, and I like to really say it if you would let me. I cannot stay for the service on. I do have a black master and I'm white, and I have really something I'd like to mention about the topic. Well, get up here.
I mean, better do it quick. We closing it.
Get up here, ED. I see you down there. Get up here and answer a question. We asked that earlier. You should have raised your hand.
Should have raised your hand.
See, y'all don't be following directions, ED.
Do not be paying attention.
Yeah, I'm going to send you an invite to speak. See, this is exactly what we be talking about, ED. I just sent you the invite to speak, so come on up here.
We're giving you that chance. Look, you said you don't got a lot of time. We don't got a lot of time.
We're trying to wrap it up, ED. Come on.
30 seconds.
We're trying to wrap it up.
You're just gonna have to come next week with it. Send Puppy the message.
Let me see some more. Okay, wait a minute. He said, I participated in the type of relationship and it's been very meaningful to me, and I wanted to... Okay, so yeah, you need to get up here and talk about it, or you need to get your thoughts in order for next week, and you can read
get them in order for next week, because right now this Black Guy's Queen about to take all the time we got.
Yep.
Kill Bills. Can you hear me? Hold on. I think we're trying to get her up here. I'm not sure
Again,
if today was
if
her
anybody
birthday.
wants to ask a question, this is your time. This is last call. I
Last
got another
call.
message in my DMs. Get up here on the mic. I don't know what I gotta say.
I don't know why y'all DMing when we give y'all the
See,
opportunity.
this is
to
what
grab the
we be
mic.
talking about.
See?
Send the
Exactly.
tribute.
Hold on. Go ahead, Kill Bills. I think you up. There she
Good
go.
morning, afternoon, everybody.
What's up, love? How you been?
I just came in here for you. What's up, love?
I mean, you know, I'm just over here. I appreciate you coming through. When was the birthday?
It's the 4th.
Oh, it was the 4th. Happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday. Shout out to all the Aquarians. Puppy had his birthday last Wednesday, or this Wednesday that just passed.
Yes, I shared my birthday with Arsenio Hall, Gregory Hines, lots of royalty. You know, Kelly and Brandy's birthday is the day before mine. You know, we Aquarians.
So
We
again,
some
shout
good
out
ass
to all the
folks.
Aquarians, man. And, you know, I'm going to try to be better about showing love to all of the signs that we have. I'm working on that calendar and schedule and making sure that I'm on top of everything. But again, we appreciate all y'all. We appreciate all the love and all the support. Thank you for coming through. Kill Bills. It's been a minute since I talked to you, love, so I appreciate you.
You're welcome, but I do have something to say.
Go ahead.
Okay. I know y'all see it is Bnwo Sunday service, okay? I just want to let y'all know I've been seeing these people and I've been loving these people for years, okay? Goon has been around with me. I've been around for years. If you have any questions, if you want to get into anything, this is the right place at the right time to do it. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. I need everybody to genuinely understand these people have your best interest, whether you are a sub, a dom, whichever one. They got your best interest, so y'all need to go ahead and get y'all questions together, because they got me together, okay? They definitely got me together, and I'm talking about not just a 1, 2. I'm talking about 3+ years ago. The same organization. Y'all need to get right.
And you over here doing your thing, baby. You over here doing your thing. I'm so proud of you, for real.
I'ma always do it.
Always.
I'ma drop down. I ain't gonna
appreciate you.
much.
Now we gonna talk. You know, again, I appreciate the love is the most important thing. I appreciate all the support that y'all give me, that y'all give Puppy, that y'all give Bnwo, all the other people that are in here. Please make sure that y'all are following each other. If you are a sub, make sure that you are following and approaching correctly. There's a proper way to approach. Don't go inside no DMs without trying to send that tribute first. And if you really want to make and write your questions down.
Be prepared
and be on
next
time.
week, because listen, y'all not prepared today, and my patience is short. I'm ready to drink.
And Puppy's patience is short. That means my patience is real short, and I'm usually the more patient one.
Yeah,
but today I
work
woke
out
up and I'm
y'all
like,
Wi-Fi's and shit.
Get your shit together. All right, speaking of which, we gonna get it together. Welcome to the house of service. Welcome to the house of praise. Welcome to the house of worship. Welcome to Bnwo Sunday service. I am the voice of the Bnwo, the Fin Demon, aka Goon, aka Kaz Zaddy, aka Goon Zaddy. Your God, King Dom. I appreciate every single one of my black superiors that come in here, support, amplify, and edify the Bnwo Sunday service. We appreciate and love the submissives, the servitude, the true loyal servants of the Bnwo, and those who are truly Bnwo owned, who love supporting and contributing to the sub-funded lifestyle of our black superiors. We are growing every single day. Make sure that you are going to the blacknewworldorder.com, shopbnwo.com. Make sure that you are finding us on Telegram, on Twitter, on Blue Sky, on Instagram, on TikTok. We're all over the place. All these black superiors are over there. So again, y'all, we're here from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on the East Coast, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on the West Coast every Sunday. Make sure that y'all are doing what you're supposed to do and pay your reparations during Bnwo, Black Excellence, or Black History Month. Y'all know what it is. Bnwo over everything. Serve and be of service. We will catch y'all next week. We out of here, y'all. Peace.